Lucero, a well-known Mexican singer, actress, and television presenter, has been able to enthrall audiences for many years because to her extraordinary skill and magnetic personality. She is renowned as the love of the United States of America, and she has had a remarkable career, receiving a number of honors and the affection of admirers all over the globe. At the age of 55, Lucero divulges a very intimate truth that will leave you unable to find the words to express it. To whom did she devote her whole life? Stay here with us as we dive into her confession from the depths of her heart. If you find this material to be enjoyable, please remember to give it a like, subscribe to our channel, and activate the bell icon so that you may be notified when we upload new videos. Lucero's life and career. An extraordinary career that has spanned more than 4 decades has been enjoyed by Lucero, who is sometimes described to as the love of the United States. When she was still a youngster, she made her debut in the entertainment world, which marked the beginning of her successful path. She was born Lucero, also known as Gaza Leon, on August 29, 1969 in Mexico City. Her skill and personality rapidly attracted audiences, creating the framework for a career that would eventually make her one of the most adored characters in Latin American entertainment. When Lucero was just 10 years old, she made her first appearance on television, which was the children's program Alegrías de Mediodía. This occasion marked the beginning of her early popularity. As a result of her captivating charisma and natural skill, she was swiftly placed in prominent parts in telenovelas, a genre that would go on to play an important part in her career. She made her debut in the Mexican television series Chispita in 1982, which went on to become a huge success and solidified her position as a well-known figure in the country. A booming television career that would see her feature in several legendary telenovelas such as Lazos de Amor, Soy tu dueña, and Alborada was launched after the success of Chispita, which marked the beginning of her career in television. While Lucero was making considerable progress in the music world, she was simultaneously making major leaps in her acting career. In 1982, she launched her first album, which was titled Te Prometo. The fact that she has recorded more than 20 albums throughout the course of her career demonstrates the range of her singing abilities. From pop and ranchera to ballads and banda, his work has included a wide range of musical styles, which has resulted in his receiving a multitude of honors and accolades. Her prominence as a multifaceted performer has been further cemented by the fact that songs such as Electricidad, Veleta, and Llano have come to be considered classics in the genre of Latin music. In addition to singing and acting, Lucero has a wide range of abilities. In addition to that, she is a skilled presenter on television. Among the many high-profile events that she has presented, some of the more notable ones are the Latin Grammy Awards and the renowned morning program Hoy on Televisa. In addition to her status as one of the most adaptable characters in the business, her charm and professionalism have made her a highly sought-after presenter for important events. This has contributed to the consolidation of her profile. Over the course of her career, Lucero has been able to successfully maintain an excellent image, which has garnered the admiration of followers of all levels of age. It has been essential to her long-term success that she has been able to constantly reinvent herself without sacrificing her origins. In spite of the disruptions and shifts that have occurred in the entertainment business, Lucero has managed to maintain her position as a significant and important personality by continuously developing and broadening her repertory. It has not gone forgotten that Lucero has made significant contributions to the culture of Latin America. She is the recipient of a multitude of honors, such as nominations for Latin Grammys, nominations for the Billboard Latin Music Honors, and nominations for the TUE and Novella Awards, which acknowledge her influence on the television and music industries. His commitment to leveraging his platform for the greater good is further shown by his charitable work, which focuses mostly on providing assistance to disaster relief organizations and charities that help children. She fell in love with the Mexican sun. Since she was a little girl, Lucero has been a prominent personality in the public eye, and she has captivated audiences with her skill and charm. Her followers were taken aback when she recently revealed that she had been publicly discussing her relationship with Luis Miguel, a bond that had never really blossomed owing to the fact that their jobs were so different. Lucero said in an interview with Jordi Rosado that she and Luis Miguel had a unique connection, despite the fact that they were never formally a relationship while they were together. It wasn't simply a series of kisses and hugs when it came to Luis Miguel. We were in possession of something. Each other was adored by us. It was her sharing. During the time that they were shooting Fibra de Amor in Acapulco, Lucero detailed how their desire to one another grown. Their connection was shaped in a big way by the everyday interactions they had, as well as the enthusiasm that comes with being young. I believe that it was a lot of fun for two men of the same age to work together on a movie in Acapulco for a period of 2 or 3 months. This might have happened 20, 30, or even 40 years ago, above and beyond the act of kissing. It was the excitement of liking it. However, despite the fact that we had all been filthy during the day, we enjoyed each other, he remembered. It was the director who arranged that kiss since it wasn't in the screenplay to begin with, and it didn't make any sense for us to kiss if the camera was that far away. All of this was done on purpose. Lucero revealed this information in an interview with a magazine in the year 1995. I remember that kiss very well, and all I can say is that we were very young, said Lucero. On the other hand, the responsibilities of their work were a big element that kept them from seeing their relationship as a romantic partnership. We were not in a committed relationship. We were only able to spend time together for the length of the film, despite the fact that he had a very successful profession and was quite present. After that, we only caught up with each other on a very infrequent and seldom occurring basis. In spite of the fact that the relationship was more like a movie, Lucero remarked that we had a wonderful time together. As she reflected on her childhood, Lucero made the observation that even at the age of 15, she had the capacity to comprehend the possibility of becoming profoundly in love with Luis Miguel when she was. When I was 15 years old, I told myself that if I fell deeply in love with Luis Miguel, I would have to endure a great deal of pain since I would not see him again for a period of 2 months. Not only that, but she also discussed it with his mother. To tell you the truth, we are going to quit seeing each other in the near future. The fact that my career was gaining momentum made it quite evident to me. Moreover, I was aware that you had completed anything. You are no longer able to view a group of individuals. Someone told me that when you begin anything new, you end up meeting another group. Lucero was always aware that falling in love with the sun would most likely result in another person falling out of love with him, despite the overwhelming desire that existed between the two of them. The revelation made by Lucero has stirred the imagination of people about a romance that had the potential to become one of the most legendary partnerships of the 1980s. On the other hand, she said that she was aware that falling in love with Luis Miguel was a foolish decision. Lucero and Luis Miguel decided to go their own ways after their time spent working together in Fibra de Amor. Both of them went on to establish themselves as notable musicians of their respective generations. It was via Guillermo Capetillo's works that she ended up falling in love with him. The singer and entrepreneur, Lucero, disclosed to her fans in a video that she uploaded to her YouTube account in the year 2019. The moment she made the decision that she would become the girlfriend of a renowned actor who was 11 years her older, as well as the process by which she was eventually able to fulfill her goal. Lucero warmly recounted how she found herself in the position of being Guillermo Capetillo's girlfriend. She said that the beginning of their relationship occurred during the production of the film Quiero Ser Hombre, which is where she had her first encounter with Capetillo. When that time came, we were a couple and everything. In her emphasis, she said, I remember it very well. A further explanation of the singer's first attraction to the actor was provided by Cuéntame. When I saw him, I said that he was the most attractive man in the whole world. When I was 9 years old, he made an appearance in a soap opera called Los Ricos También Lloran. From that point on, whenever I saw him on television, I said to myself, that's my boyfriend. He's the most handsome guy in the world. She went on to say that he eventually became her lover. when Lucero finally started a relationship with Guillermo Capetillo. It took her 13 years to make her childhood infatuation of him a reality via their connection. The pair made public appearances throughout the period that they were together, despite the fact that some of her admirers were not very familiar with their relationship situation. Over the course of Lucero's performance in Acapulco, Guerrero, in the year 1991, the actor gave her an award on stage, followed by a passionate kiss. Unfortunately, the romance between Guillermo Capetillo and America's love only lasted for a total of 8 months from the beginning. Lucero was just 22 years old when she began dating Capetillo, who was a Mexican actress, singer, and bullfighter at the time. Capetillo was 33 years old at the time. The duo rapidly became a popular favorite, the one that got away, despite the fact that there was an age gap of 11 years between them. Many years ago, Lucero was involved in a short but passionate romantic relationship with Felipe Camiroaga, a broadcaster from Chile who passed away. The 2024 edition of the Viña del Mar International Song Festival, which came to a close in March of the same year, seems to evoke recollections of their time spent together. Following the viewing of a video on X in which Felipe detailed the manner in which they parted ways, Lucero provided a response to a mention. When he was in Chile, he was in possession of a motorcycle. It seemed to me like it was Top Gun. According to a television interview, I picked her up at the hotel, and then we proceeded to Farallones. I remembered the Halcón de Chicoreo in the interview. The conversation regarding their future together took place at a curve in the road, in the midst of a gorgeous sunset, according to Camiroaga, who also said that they stopped to speak about it. On the other hand, the talk brought to light the fact that neither of them would give up their country or their burgeoning jobs in order to pursue their romantic interests. In spite of this, he presented her with a beautiful goodbye ring, which she gratefully accepted. A decision was made that neither one of us would be willing to sacrifice everything for the other. When we were together, we shed tears, held one another, and expressed our love for one another. After that, we got back on the bike and exited the vehicle. Lucero continued by detailing how they terminated their short romance, which had become into a profound friendship over their time together. The first time that Lucero and Felipe got acquainted was in 1992, when they were both serving on the jury for the Viña del Mar Festival. This festival was the occasion that inspired her to return to Chile in 1994. There were strong speculations that they were romantically involved at the time. Nevertheless, the most significant impediment that prevented them from maintaining their relationship was the rigorous schedules that they both had. Lucero, upon seeing the video on social media, not only took the initiative to upload it to her X account, but she also reacted with a touching comment that reflected on the time they had spent together. "It is impossible for me to forget such times. The words, they remain in my mind and heart forever." Just like him, were written by her as she reflected on her buddy who had passed away recently. It is possible that he is still present in this realm at times. Tragically, Felipe Camiroaga lost his life in an aircraft accident on October 2, 2011. As he was flying to Robinson Crusoe Island with staff members from the program Buenos Días a Todos, Personal de Desafío Levantemos Chile, and the National Council for Culture and the Arts. They were all killed when the jet that was transporting them, which was operated by the Chilean Air Force, crashed into the Pacific Ocean. Camiroaga was about to reach the age of 45, the most incredible love tale that Lucero has ever had with Mijares. The most famous love story that Lucero has ever had is with Manuel Mijares, a romance that has completely enthralled viewers from the very beginning. Escápate conmigo, a film directed by René Cardona Jr., was the setting for the two individuals' first encounter in 1987. Lucero, who is famous for her popular song Electricidad, and has said in a number of interviews that their love developed out of the moment they laid eyes on one another. The bond between them was indisputable, despite the fact that they were 11 years apart in age. After acting in the film from 1988, Lucero lovingly remembered how they first met. She said on her Instagram account, "I had my eye on him, and I think he had his eye on me too, but he probably thought, 'You're a little young for me.' It wasn't until many years later that he admitted that he thought I was quite attractive, but that I was too young at the time. During the recording of the song 4 Times Love, they were able to reconnect with one another, and subsequently, their love began to flourish. We reconnected after a number of years had passed. It was his invitation to me to record a duet. Lucero did not forget. In 1996, when Lucero was 27 years old and Mijares was 38 years old, they started their love relationship in an official capacity. Soon after, they made the decision to tie the knot, and in 1997, they celebrated their wedding with a grand ceremony at the Colegio de las Vizcaínas in Mexico City. The ceremony was attended by 700 people and was shown on television. On the other hand, the couple made the announcement of their split in 2011. Mijares noted that the fact that they had such busy work schedules made it very difficult for them to spend time together. In spite of the fact that they were no longer together, they handled the situation with courtesy and respect, especially for the benefit of their 2 children, José Manuel and Lucero. The couple's first kid, José Manuel, was born 4 years after they had joined their lives together. Although he has made the decision to distance himself from the public glare, he does make appearances at events with his parents on occasion. Her participation in the performance of El Privilegio de Amar, in which she played the guitar alongside her parents and sister, was one of the few public undertakings in which she and her family really took part. Lucerito Mijares, their second daughter, was born in 2005, and she has followed in her parents' footsteps by pursuing a career in acting and singing. At the moment, she is participating in the reality program Divulges, in addition to being the star of the play El Mago. Despite the fact that Lucero and Mijares have been divorced for more than a decade, they continue to maintain a strong bond because of their mutual affection for their children. They have built a wonderful friendship throughout the course of their relationship, and they continue to co-parent and work together professionally. Lucero discussed the issue of a reconciliation in an interview that took place in 2024. This relationship has caused many admirers to dream for a reconciliation. She said that her children, Lucerito and José Manuel, do not support the idea of their parents getting back together. Lucero jokingly recalled the responses that her children had to the idea. "No, Mom, don't come back. It would be so awkward," these children say to their mother. Lucerito also discussed her experience associated with the separation of her parents. She said that she was quite little at the time and that she did not see her parents together very frequently owing to the fact that they had extremely busy schedules. Lucero and Mijares have a tight familial bond, as Mijares said once again in an interview that took place in March of 2024. "We have a lot of affection for one another. We are very good friends, and we are having a lot of happiness right now." He emphasized the humorous dynamic that they enjoy during their performances, where people often yell for them to kiss, and they answer with a warm and joyous gesture. He also said that they always have a good time together. The bond that Mijares has with Lucero extends beyond that of a family member, as well as being the mother of his children. She continues to be a wonderful friend. Following the public announcement of Lucero's breakup with businessman Michel Curie, Mijares said that she was doing well and was concentrating on her professional duties. He also said that when we got together to perform in South America and other areas of the nation, we didn't discuss the fact that she had broken up with her boyfriend, but I saw her in a really pleasant and tranquil state of mind. In front of the audience, she is like a tornado, and I advise her to calm down very often. She called him the eternal lover. Lucero's relationship with Michel Curie, whom she lovingly refers to as Micho, which means eternal lover, grew mostly behind closed doors, in contrast to her connection with the musician Mijares, who is her ex-husband and the father of her 2 children. Despite the fact that they kept many elements of their lives together as a couple secret, they did allow the world to see significant events in their love story. The year 2012 marked the beginning of Lucero and Michel's relationship, which was initiated by a friend of both of them. On the other hand, Lucero made it clear during a live session that she had on her Instagram account that it was not a dating introduction. After having a lunch together, We ended up getting along extremely well with one another. Their partnership was characterized by love, respect, and admiration for one another, all of which were essential to the success of their relationship. Lucero has said that she has always thought Michel to be beautiful, despite the fact that he originally maintained his distance and preferred to have more casual meetings. On the other hand, the manner in which Michel discussed his 3 children with Anna Paula O'Farrell was the particular factor that ultimately won her over. Because of this trait, she was persuaded to investigate something that went beyond friendship, and after going out on a number of dates together, the two of them recognized that they had more profound emotions for one another. Not long after that, they started spending time together at a variety of social gatherings. Over the course of the last 10 years, they had regularly shared a love for traveling together, which had become one of their favorite hobbies. They went to a number of different places, such as Monte Carlo in Monaco, Italy, Vienna, Saint-Tropez in France, and as recently as March, they went on a beach vacation. One time, Lucero said that it is a beautiful pleasure to share adventures with him, especially considering the trust, love, and everything else that we have between us. I believe that the key is that we are free, but that we are completely in love with one another and totally dedicated to each other. In spite of the fact that she was often questioned about her future intentions with Michel, particularly with relation to marriage, Lucero steadfastly rejected the notion every time. In 2018, she expressed to the saga that she has no intention of getting married again. According to her explanation, we are a really happy marriage, and the fact that we each live in our own home is something that I believe is amazing. She went so far as to argue that, despite the fact that she is in favor of the institution of marriage, it tends to put a pressure on relationships, which is why she and Michel were content with their respective arrangements. We are really content with this situation, and it is not because we are not committed to one another. On the contrary, she emphasized, living apart is more enjoyable. In the month of January in the year 2020, Lucero reaffirmed her position on Venga la Alegría, specifically highlighting the fact that the core of their partnership was freedom. We are overjoyed to have a lovely relationship that is filled with happiness, does not include any duties or commitments beyond love itself, and consists of lifelong lovers and girlfriends. Having this independence allows us to take pleasure in being together and sharing a wide variety of things with a great deal of excitement. Despite the fact that they were happy, some people had harsh ideas about Curie. They referred to him as being elderly and said that he may be Lucero's grandpa or that she was with him for his money. Nevertheless, Lucero was unfazed by the statements that were made. After being together for more than a decade, Lucero and Michel made the decision in July 2023 to take a break from their relationship. A great number of people were taken aback by the news, since they were well known for having a strong and joyful connection. In light of the profound affection that Michel and I have for one another, we would like to inform you that, for the time being, we have made the decision to put our lovely relationship on hold for a couple of many years, as Lucero revealed on her social media on July 12th. The same sentiment was stated by Michel Curie, who is the nephew of Carlos Slim, a Mexican business magnate, on his Instagram account. Time is playing tricks on us, work is consuming us, and we are unable to share as many moments together or have the same level of interaction that we have always had, Lucero stated, elaborating on the circumstances that led to his choice. She continued by expressing her gratitude to her followers for their love and respect, saying, "By mutual agreement, in peace, and hand in hand, we have taken this difficult decision, which we hope will be temporary because of the great love we have for each other." People who use the internet speculated about whether Michel Curie may have been envious of Lucero's ex-husband Mijares. This was particularly true when considering the tight relationship that the two of them had for the sake of their children and the continuous professional partnerships that they have. Michel Curie gave a clue that his emotions for Lucero had not altered when he was queried by the press at the airport in Mexico City about the possibilities of reuniting with him. The question of whether he still loved Lucero prompted him to respond, "Yes, I've never left." He lauded her many admirable attributes, stating, Oh, each and every one? If you ask me, what exactly do you mean? I believe that you are already quite familiar with that, and you are already aware of that. Michelle, on the other hand, evaded the topic by asking, "How do you ask me that?" When he was explicitly asked whether they had gotten back together. It is quite hard to provide a solution, isn't it? There is still a significant amount of work for her to accomplish, and she has a long career ahead of her. By saying, "The affection has always been there, and will always be there," he also made it clear that he has never concealed the fact that he has a deep and abiding love for Lucero following their breakup, which was brought on by Lucero's obligations at work. Curie did not rule out the possibility of waiting for the artist to restore their relationship. Do you have any thoughts? In my opinion, you are correct. To answer such questions, all you need to do is take a look at her professional background and the list of all the wonderful things she has accomplished during her life. According to him, I believe that she is a very well-rounded woman. She is having a very good career with her daughter, with her children, and with her ex-husband, so everything is very good. In response to the question of whether or not she was envious of Lucero's relationships with Mijares while she was performing, Curie refuted the notion. At this point in my life, it would be extremely foolish for me to feel jealous of something that is looking so stunning. Is it true that who kissed whom? Doesn't it make sense to do so? This is nothing new. Right. I can't even begin to fathom what would have happened if they hadn't teamed together. They are both very talented. And with that, you have it. Lucero's open confession at the age of 55, which reveals the person who really won her heart. The path that she has taken through love and life has been filled with special events, and this discovery adds yet more dimension to the beautiful tale that she has been telling. In the meanwhile, we would be delighted to get your feedback. Who do you believe Lucero refers to as the love of her life? In the comments section below, please share your ideas. In the event that you found this video to be enjoyable, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel in order to have access to further unique insights into the lives of popular celebrities. You should activate the notification bell so that you are not unaware of any changes. Your time has been appreciated, and I hope to see you in the future video.